Hey everybody, it's Pat Jones. I talk a lot about how cool it is when golf course superintendents have their own product ideas. And it's not unusual. There's lots of great ideas out there. But what's rare is when one goes from idea to reality and becomes a real product. And we've seen some great examples of that over time. And I found yet another one that I thought I wanted to share with you and give a chance for my friends Rob and Stacy Roberts to talk about Spray Caddie. Rob, Stacy, how are you?
Doing well, thanks, Pat.
Great to see you, Pat.
Nice to be seen. Let's cut right to the chase, Rob. What is Spray Caddie, and what is it intended to do for your fellow superintendents?
Well, it's a golf cup cover intended to keep your spray apps out of the cup, keep your cups clean, and it's a touchless, hands-free system that you don't have to touch anything and get it all over your equipment, your cell phones now. That's big, texting and even watering things in. It's just a clean, easy, efficient way to do your spray apps and cover the cups.
How did the idea come to you? I mean, I know that this is just one of those frustrating things you deal with every single day. How did you go about coming up with this particular iteration of how you solve this problem?
Just, over years, just constantly bugging me, trying to figure out how can something grab something without, touching it, pick it up and keep yourself clean. And eventually, like the garbage pickers kind of idea didn't work. And then one day I was playing with magnets and just went, aha, some magnets, this is easy, no brainer, and works great.
Right. So you built a prototype and you played with it. What was that process like of making figuring that out?
Just had some different, materials trying to make, the cover and they break, eventually couldn't quite get tabs to stay on them. And, people liked the idea, but I couldn't come up with the right material to make it last and just not, forever almost. And when I finally decided that people should have this, I got on it the last, COVID kind of set me into playing with it some more and sourced some materials I liked and came up with the right weight material, plastic and metal to work great with the magnetic wand.
Amazing. So, I know that the product's still pretty new. What have you heard from people who've tried it so far?
So far, they're liking it. We haven't had a ton of feedback. We're so young into it, but like my crew loves it. Don't know what to do without it. And I just got a new boss recently, and he came in and was just amazed with it. He goes, "Man, you need to sell this." And I go, "Well, matter of fact, I'm working on it. So keep it quiet for now." So.
But that's interesting too, because that's probably the big difference between all of the turf heads out there who've had great ideas and where you guys are at. You've managed to commercialize this. How did that process take place? Because I imagine it wasn't as easy as you thought it might be going into it.
Oh no, I thought, it's a great idea, but without my wife who does marketing, she's in the golf industry, it wouldn't have been, to me, it's extremely tough. But thankfully, I had that ability to have her take it the rest of the way. The idea was great, the product's good, but to get it out to the world it's a huge thing. So
right. So spoiler alert, Stacy and I have known each other for a long time, and I've known Rob quite a while too. But Stacy and I go way back. When you got dragged into this, what did you think? Another crazy turf idea, or did you see the value in this and understand right away what it could do?
Well, that's interesting because he's been talking about this probably for about 5 years. And I kept saying, when you're ready, let me know. And in the last year, he went from kind of noodling with it to really being very, very serious about it and sourcing the materials. And when he said to me, "I'm ready," I said, "Okay, let's go." And I've been in the golf industry probably close to 30 years now and marketing products for some really wonderful clients. And I felt like this was almost the culmination of my career. Everything that I've learned and all the work that I've done to help other golf industry clients be successful, I now felt like I could use all that experience to help my husband succeed in a really cool idea. So when he was ready, we said, let's go.
So are you saying that writing for me wasn't the high point of your career?
It's, everything builds. It's so interesting when you look back on your life and all the things that you do in your career. Everything builds on itself. Everything is like building blocks, and you get to the point where you're like, wow, I understand now why I went through and did all the things that I did.
That's
it's a really
great.
good feeling. And I get to help him, and he's so smart. So it's a good team. I feel like it's a really good team.
It seems like you, I hate to say this, complete each other, but that does seem to be the case. So Rob, when you move forward now, are you going to be able to go out and be the trade show person and do all that kind of stuff, or how the two of you plan to come to market with this and make it available to people?
Well, we are going to be at the trade show, the golf industry show coming up. So that's going to be huge. It'll be fun to have people be able to play with it, touch it, really get the idea of what it can do for them. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
And, I'm not really a guy that likes to get myself out there and, be the face of something, but it's going to have to be done. And, Stacy will be there with me. So we'll get it out there in people's hands.
And we have to really shout out to one of my clients, Tahoma 31 Bermuda Grass. They have a booth at the show, and Chad Adcock is the VP of business development there, and he is also a former superintendent. So when we first shot the video, I sent the video to him, and he said, "Oh, you're going to sell a ton of these." Is what he said. And that was so encouraging. And when he asked me to come work the Tahoma 31 booth, he offered to give us space for Spray Caddie in the Tahoma 31 booth. So that's where we'll be. And like I said, again, just all of the life experience seems to just coalesce to make this happen. And I'm really, really grateful to Chad and Tahoma 31, and just the industry overall has been so supportive. People have been calling us and emailing us, even and you, especially Pat. Thank you. Just the help we're just so grateful.
Just trying to put some of my time where my mouth is, but I really do think that this is one thing we also ought to support is superintendents taking some risks and doing some things that are outside of your comfort zone, and that's pretty clearly you're not exactly the guy who wants to be out there thumping his own drum all the time. I've known you for a long time, and I know that. So it is, but it challenges you to do something different. And I think that you expand your horizons when you do that. So what do you really want people to know, moving forward about being a couple that brings a product to market in this business? And that's not unusual. Again, almost every successful superintendent entrepreneur I know, it's been a family affair. So if there are other turf heads out there sitting there and watching this right now, what should they know about how to collaborate as a couple to bring a product to market in the golf business?
I think play to your strengths. Rob is incredibly creative, and he's tenacious. He stuck with this until he was able to get it right. And it's almost like stay in your lane, do what you're good at and let your spouse do what they're good at, and then discuss in between.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
I do. She talks and I nod.
Spot on. So, but the one thing I know is you both like to have fun. So I guess final question is, what's really fun about this whole process and the product itself? What's been fun?
It's just, the creativity of it, bouncing ideas off each other. And I have an idea and she can take that and twist it, or, it just keeps growing off itself and each other. It's really fun.
And one thing we didn't mention that is kind of fun is Rob and I met at the Golf Industry Show, the GCSA show, 12 years ago in San Diego. And so now 12 years later, the story continues and we get to do this together at the show and celebrate our 12th anniversary of the day that we met. So yeah, it's that's fun about it. That golf has been a through line through our entire marriage.
Well, I can't wait to see both of you in San Diego to congratulate you on your 12th anniversary of your first date, your first meeting in person. But I also want to congratulate you on making it this far, because very, very, very few superintendents do, and it's a tremendous success. And I know the product's going to be successful. It makes so much sense. And it's a relatively inexpensive solution for a real problem. For the thousands of superintendents that are watching this right now and going, I want these, where can they go with their credit card? Because I bet they're gonna. What's your website and what can they do?
Spraycaddie.com. It's SPRAYCADDIE.com, spraycaddie.com. All the sales are handled through there, or you can find us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, and the link will be there as well, Spray Caddie.
I'm glad we got to connect about this, and I hope people will take a look at this product, not just because it's a cool thing that's going to help them solve a problem, because it's a product of love.
Oh,
Thank you, Pat.
thanks.
Sure. And thank you guys, and we will see you soon, okay?
Great.
All right.
See you in California.